Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So I guess this is the second time I'm going live. So there was a little mix up. Technically, I already went live, and then I'm seeing that okay, this particular one has already been scheduled, so I'm going live again. All right, I believe this will well, the second time should be also amazing. Um, all right, so let's do this. Okay, let's do this. My name is Chibuna. I'm very excited to share more about real estate investing strategies for beginners today on our first webinar on the Wealth Beyond Money series. Okay, um, as you all know, real estate is a very powerful vehicle for building wealth. Okay, and it is very important for people to learn about the various strategies that you can use to leverage the opportunities in real estate. And these opportunities are there. It's just that without knowledge, we cannot identify them. Okay, so that is why we are going to learn about real estate investing strategies for beginners starting from now. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what are your expectations? You need to have expectations for this particular webinar. What are your expectations? What do you have in mind, right, for attending this particular webinar? Number one, it could be that you are just here for the knowledge. It could be that you are really hungry to take your investing game to the next level and you want to now leverage real estate opportunities, right? So I'm very excited for you, and I'm just going to go ahead into the main juice of the moment. Okay, so first of all, let's get our mindset ready, right? If you are going to be an investor, that means you are a risk taker. That means you are someone that you are excited about new things, about adventures, about building wealth. Okay, so you have to get in that mindset of understanding that as an investor, you will have to take a risk at a particular point in time, right? And you've already taken the risk of coming to learn about this investing strategy from me, and I'm very excited for you. Now, the introduction to real estate. What is real estate? If we are even going to talk about investing in real estate, what is real estate? So, real estate is anything that has to do with land and any structure on land. So, real estate involves land and any structure on it. Okay, the earth is made of three components: the earth crust, the earth mantle, and the core. Right now, on top of the earth crust, you have the land. Right now, on the surface of the earth crust is land. Now, land and any structure on it is real estate. Okay, and human beings will continue to always need a place to live, work, and play. Human beings will always need a place to stay because we cannot live, you know, in the open air right now, right? Those were those days. Even the ancient men lived in caves, so that was even their own real estate. So real estate is very, very crucial for the sustenance of humanity. That means that human beings will always need real estate. Human beings will always need a place to live, a place to work, and a place to play. Now, with this understanding, you will know that real estate is a very strong, powerful, and interesting investment strategy, right? So, now the first thing that comes to mind is what are the intentions that you have? What are your goals for investing in real estate, right? Um, what are your goals for investing in real estate? Let's take this conversation further. What are your goals for investing in real estate? Your goals for investing in real estate can include maybe you want to get married this year. Okay, maybe you want to buy a new vehicle this year. Maybe you want to travel the world. So, depending on any goal that you want to achieve, right? Real estate gives you that ability and the power to execute and do that. Now, as I was saying, okay, so strategies for beginners. So, what are those strategies for beginners, right? Now that you've understood the basic concept of real estate investing, and also that you have understood why you want to start investing in real estate, then what is the strategy that you're going to use? What strategy is the best way for you to go about it? Now, the best strategy depends on, first of all, where you are at the moment. Okay, so let's say you are just starting out, or you already understand much about real estate investing. You have to understand, okay, what is my goal, where am I right now? Okay, and now with that understanding, you can also ask yourself, okay, what is my financial capability right now? What can I do? What is the least hanging fruit I can start with? So you don't need big money to invest in real estate. That's a very interesting thing about real estate. You don't need big money to invest in real estate. Yes, the opportunities for big money is there, but you can start with where you are. That's a good thing about real estate. Now, the strategies are I'm going to share now. Number one include land banking. Okay, land banking is the first and one of the easiest ways of investing in real estate. Now, with land banking simply means acquiring or taking possession of land assets in your name. Okay, acquiring land assets in your name, and the different strategies include yearly acquisition of properties or biannual acquisition of properties. For example, if you set a goal to acquire 10 properties in 5 years, what does that mean? That means you are going to be acquiring at least two properties every year, right? Now, that is one way you can do that. Also, you can set the goal to say, I want to own land in order to resell it after it has appreciated for some time. Now, that is one of the strategies of investing in land banking. So, for example, let's say you bought Maitama Abuja when it was selling for, say, 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Imagine what the amount of money you are going to sell it for now. Imagine what it would be, because now there are so many developments there, there are so many infrastructure there are so many good amenities there, that the investment has already increased, that has appreciated over time. Now imagine you selling off that proper. I don't even advise you to sell off your land if you own one in Maitama Abuja today, right? Or in Ikoyi today. I don't even advise you to sell it off, because those locations will keep increasing. So for land banking, location is very important. And also for land banking, location is important, right? And also it is very crucial that you don't look down on any location, because you can say, oh, maybe this location doesn't have any prospect now. You can say that, but you don't know what that place can be in the next 5 years. So how do you understand what location to invest in? You look at the master plan or development plan of that particular state or city, and you look at where the government is planning to put in development, right? Now, with that, you can know exactly the right locations to invest in even before people get there. There's a saying in real estate that says, don't wait to buy land and wait, right? Another one says, know where people are going and get there before them. Buy land first and get there before them. And you get there before them by buying property there. Now, before they even arrive, right, you have already acquired the property there. And now you are going to be the one to dictate how the prices of things will be in that area, based on the fact that you have gotten the foresight and you have invested in property ahead of time. Now, the next strategy is short-term rentals. Now, for short-term rentals is basically a cash flow system of generating recurring revenue by leasing or renting out space for people to live in. So, for example, if you own an apartment in Lekki, Lagos, or in Cape Town, South Africa, or in Nairobi, Kenya, right? These locations, people are always coming for tourism, people are always coming for events, people are always visiting, and they need a place that is warm and homely friendly, a place that looks like home, in another city or country. Now, having an apartment listed with Airbnb or your own private channel can afford you the opportunity to earn recurring revenue, cash flow every single time your apartment is booked. Now, when your apartment is booked, the things you have to consider are occupancy rate. An occupancy rate is based on the location of your apartment. It has to be in a very lively place, or nearest the best restaurant, the best tourist attractions in that city, very close to transportation systems. So those are the things you have to consider when you want to get a apartment for short-term rentals. Okay. Now, when you do that, you also don't need to buy the apartment outrightly. You can decide to rent it out and then you now list it on Airbnb. Now, doing that, you will now gain your income. And with that income, you can offset and pay off the rent. And then you can also pay off bills like the maintenance fee, the cleaning fees, and all that. And the only good thing about the only good thing about short-term rentals, one very good thing about short-term rentals is that you don't need to own the apartment directly, as I mentioned earlier. You also don't need to even be there to see what is happening. You can own an Airbnb in London, in Germany, in any part of the world. Why? Because it's you don't have to be there present. Only need to have either a local that can manage the facility for you, right? And you can monitor all those things online, right? So these are some of the good things about short-term rentals. Now, for short-term rentals, again, two things are very important. Location, as I mentioned earlier. Number two, your amenities. What are the amenities you have in that apartment? You have to have amenities that are very enticing, and you have to have a very good customer experience. So you give your customers a very good experience so that they can refer you and they can come back again and again anytime they visit that particular city. Yes. So for the third one, the third insight is the third strategy is long-term rentals. Right. For long-term rentals, you are looking at basically renting out your apartment or your house for either a year or per month. So in Nigeria, for example, Nigeria does an annual rental system. That means if you are a landlord, you are going to collect your rental payments every year annually, depending on when the client or the customer or the tenant comes into your apartment. Now, for other countries like the US, I believe it's a monthly rental income. So you just decide which is the best for you. Do you want to do a short-term rental or do you want to do a long-term rental? But any of them is still great. And long-term rentals can range from studios, from commercial buildings, from residential apartments to so many other types of apartments, not just residential. It can be a commercial space, it can be an office space, it can be a shop, it can be a retail store. Yeah. So that means you have different options and different strategies for long-term rentals. Yeah. Um, and it will depend on, like I said, it will depend on your budget. It will also depend on what your risk appetite, right? And it will depend on the best opportunities in that particular location. If you are in a very commercial area, that means people will demand and need shops and stores for their business, right? So that means commercial real estate can be a very good one for you to consider for annual rentals, or residential rentals can be also very good for you. So you just decide the one that is best for you, right? Now, the fourth one is what we call real estate investment trust, or REITs. Now, real estate investment trust, it's very simple. Just like the way you buy stocks of companies, like you own shares of a company, for example, Facebook or Amazon or Tesla or Nigerian breweries or any of these listed companies on the stock exchange, either Nigerian Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, any stock exchange at all, right? You can own shares of companies on these stock exchanges directly. Now, you can also do that with real estate. That is very, very interesting because you can own a share of a real estate company, and at the end of the day, they pay you dividends at either quarterly or annually, right? Now, the very good advantage of real estate investment trust is that you don't need to own any property, you don't need to own any land. All you just need to do is to invest and earn your returns very easily. You don't need to bother yourself about maintenance fees, service charges, or any other thing, right? Now, for real estate investment trust, the strategy is to identify some of the best developers or some of the best real estate investment trusts out there, and then look at their track record. How long do they take to pay their dividends? What is their track record of paying dividends like? Do they pay consistently? What is the growth rate of their stock, right? How is their stock growing? Is it declining, or is it going up and down, or is it going up consistently? So those are the things you need to consider. Now, for the fifth one is real estate investment groups. Real estate investment groups. Now, real estate investment groups is more of a good strategy to um, do things together with your friends, or do things together with a group of investors. So, for example, if you have identified a property, an investment property that is worth over, say, $100,000, and you only have $20,000, there is no need to jump the opportunity or look away from the opportunity because you don't have $100,000 now. What you can do is to find 4 or 5 of your friends who can contribute commensurately to that particular fund, and then all of you can sign a contract and then go and acquire that property, and each person will gain a return on investment based on their equity contribution for that particular property. Right now, when you do that, you will see that you have taken advantage of that opportunity even though you didn't have all the money to do that. Right, that is the power of real estate investment groups. You can do that for land banking, you can do that for buying an investment property anywhere in the world, you can do that for even short-term rentals and even long-term rentals. Right, so you don't have any excuse. Don't look away from opportunities when they present themselves. Yeah, so that is one of the major reasons why we are sharing knowledge about these different real estate investment strategies, so that when you see opportunities, you know how to down attack tackle them and take them and take advantage of them. Right now, the sixth one is investment real estate investment for real estate investment financing. Okay, real estate investment financing or real estate development financing. Now, real estate development financing is basically when you do not want to own any property, or you do not want to buy any stock or share from any company. You don't want to wait for any dividend declaration before you earn returns. You can finance a development company, a company that does development, either residential development or commercial development. You can finance them, and then you earn a particular fixed percentage on your investment, say maybe 20% or 50%. So, for example, if a development company opens a call and says, "Oh, investors, please come and invest in our new project. We are giving you 15% or 20% or 25% per annum." What you just need to do is to check the track record of this company, check if they are registered, check if they have all their documents intact, and then you can now invest. And when you do that, you earn the return on your investment. You can decide to leave that capital with that company to increase your return on investment after another year, or you can decide to withdraw your ROI and use it for other things, right? So these are the various strategies for investing in real estate, and you can leverage any of these strategies to start, right? Just first of all, what you have to understand is what where are you right now? What do you want to do, right? What are your goals? What are your intentions, right? What is your budget? How can you start? First of all, by gaining knowledge, because ignorance is one of the major hindrances for anybody who is trying to invest, because you don't know about this area, you just avoid it. But now we've demystified all the things around the real estate investing. All you just need to do is do more research, learn more, and then take the right action. Now, the next actions that you can take right now to go forward is you can either book a one-on-one consultation with us if you decide on which one you want, or you don't know which one is the best for you, particularly for your own peculiar circumstance, right? You don't know which one is best for you. You can book a one-on-one call with us, and then we have that conversation with you and help you to align your goals and priorities. Okay. And then the next one is that you should really subscribe to this channel so that you can get updates on all our upcoming webinars, right? The next webinar is going to be on building wealth with purpose. So I'm that one. I don't want you to miss it at all. So look out for this channel and stay tuned. Okay. Right. And then the next and the final thing you need to do is to rewatch this video again and to share this video with somebody that will need this knowledge, because let's help ourselves here. See, we all need to build wealth, not just for ourselves, but for our generations unborn. So, our real estate is one of the most enduring, secure, and safest ways of building wealth. And that is why I'm very, very interested in sharing this knowledge, because I know that once you understand these strategies, you will no longer miss opportunities in real estate investing. So please take advantage of this and make the most of it. My name is Chibuna Obonna. I'm founder at Karina, and I am really grateful to my team for putting together all this. This is our first live webcast. I know we started quite late. There were some issues, technical errors, and all that, but this is not going to be the end, right? We're going to keep improving. We're going to keep doing better. And I'm looking forward to welcoming you at the next webinar series. Thank you so much, and have a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon, wherever you are, and whenever you watch this channel. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Cheers.